Welcome agents. Today Ubisoft released a new trailer titled Year 1 Update Invasion Battle for DC, which starts with the Tidal Basin update coming tomorrow. Now there is a lot here, including the raid date and more, so I thought I could break it down for you in a video. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button below, subscribe for dedicated Division content, and let's get to it. Okay, so the trailer dropped today and features a lot of new things for a 2-minute trailer. Now, if you want to check out the full trailer, there will be a link in the description down below. First up, we get this cool close-up of the Black Tusks, whose Stronghold will be taken back to get into World Tier 5. We've seen them before, so nothing new here. Moving on, and the trailer gives us a very good image of what appears to be the top deck of the Stronghold hovercraft and what it will look like. Now, I'm thinking we start near here, go into the depths of the hovercraft, and then emerge back on top for the final showdown. I could be wrong. It could be that we start on the outside of the Tidal Basin and move our way towards the hovercraft. We just don't know yet. Next up, and here we have our way into the Stronghold. You can just about see the yellow cloth hanging over the edge of the sort of crevice or hole in the floor, which tells you that you can climb up or down that particular part. So this is going to be our way in or way out. I assume on our way out we'll be able to go through the doors. Next, we've got a really cool little scene where you can see two agents walking towards the Stronghold. One is holding the exotic sniper and the other the exotic LMG, neither of which has been found in-game so far, assuming they will be coming with the Tidal Basin update and World Tier 5, and we'll get to that. The LMG actually looks very familiar, and I've tried to comment on what this sniper could be, as in what model it could be or what type of sniper, but you guys have rightly pointed out before, I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to weapons, so I'm not even going to try and guess what this particular type of sniper is. What do you guys think this sniper could be? I want you to leave it in the comments down below. Moving on, and we get this really cool graphic showcased in the 3 stages of the Invasion Battle for DC update. Now you'll notice at the bottom it confirms the raid will be coming out April 25th, so that's only about 3 or 4 weeks away, and a new specialization will be coming later on, coming soon. Many people have speculated that the new specialization is a minigun, and I just want to preface this by saying I have seen the entire trailer, and it is a minigun, and we're going to get to that. And I think it's almost confirmed. It was kind of confirmed anyway, because the devs did mention that some mini will be coming. The actual graphic itself showing it appeared to show a minigun, so yeah, we're definitely going to be getting that. So first we have Tidal Basin, which comes out tomorrow, and will rank you up to World Tier 5. The trailer shows a couple of scenes, and for anyone wondering, Tidal Basin will take place on land and on sea. I say that because when I knew about Tidal Basin, I had no idea what this area was. I assumed the whole thing was going to take place on this giant hovercraft. That doesn't appear to be the case. It does look as though we're probably going to start on land and move our way up to the hovercraft. This image appears to show agents coming from the breach under the floor, followed by an agent showing some Black Tusk. Next is the exotic weapons I was talking about before. First we have the Pestilence light machine gun, which appears to look like an outcast weapon based on the graffiti. And we've also got the Nemesis sniper, which had previously been shown with Black Tusk markings, and this was due to it being revealed in the firing range previously. It actually showed Black Mustargans on, I believe it was on the barrel, maybe on the holster. I can't remember exactly where it was. Might have even been on the grip. Not too sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a Black Tusk sniper. Now this sniper, to me, just looks unbelievably cool, and I want to bet right now that this will be the new meta. Now that the Model 700 will be nerfed as of tomorrow, I bet you this will become the new sniper meta. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Next we have the 3 new gear sets come in with the update. Now I'm late to this one, but I will briefly go over the bonuses of these 3 gear sets before we move on. Now first up we have the hardwired gear set, and it's worth noting that these bonuses may have changed. The 5-piece bonus says enemies that go near the player's placed skills, i.e. hive, turrets and pulse sensor, get shocked. The 6-piece says kills by your skills reset all skill cooldowns. Repairing a friendly agent from no armor resets all skill cooldowns. When any skill completes its cooldown or reaches full charges, gain bonus damage and repair to all skills for X seconds. I now know that that X seconds is actually 15 seconds, I believe. So that's the hardwired gear set, 5 and 6-piece bonuses. Next up we have the ongoing directive. This was actually data mined a couple of weeks ago, so again, sorry I'm late to this one. The 5-piece says Every 30 seconds, all combat resources, i.e. armor kits, special and normal ammo, grenades, etc., are picked up from an area of 40 meters from around the player. So basically you're just a giant resource magnet at this point. You're pretty much like a hopper for Minecraft. The 6-piece bonus says kills with weapons add a number of incendiary, explosive or shock bullets to another random weapon slot. Now I know for sure that this is going to be abused somehow, some way in PvP. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it pans out. Lastly, we have True Patriot. This 6-piece gear set, 5-piece gear set says every enemy you damage over a certain amount gets a debuff. The first gets red, the second white, and the third blue. Red debuff makes enemies do less damage. The white debuff gives armor to players who shoot debuffed enemies, and the blue debuff gives players skill haste who shoot debuffed enemies. So those are the 3 gear sets that are coming. From reading all of those to myself, I can see that the True Patriot will become the meta PvE set. Ongoing Directive will be cheesed for its PvP application. I can just imagine being shocked every second. And I really don't know about Hardwired at this point. Okay, so going back to the trailer, next is the apparel event I talked about in yesterday's video. Here it appears to show some new apparel. The hat looks new and looks pretty cool. Those gloves look epic and I really want those. It follows it up with this image showcasing what looks to be, again, new apparel and some very good news following this for PvP. The trailer confirms a new PvP map called Fort McNair. The trailer gives a pretty good image of one space on the map and it looks pretty cool. Of course, I'm sure most PvP fans would want the changes to come first, as in the stuff that everyone's been talking about rather than content, but you've got to understand that this is to a schedule and the devs have already confirmed that following this update they will be working on PvP balancing and all the issues that have been fired at them since the game was launched. Next up is Tidal Update 3 Operation Dark Hours, the new 8-player raid. Now there's this awesome scene with this huge plane flying above all the agents as they move towards Washington Airport. Next we have this awesome image showing what looks to be an NPC either chasing or assisting the agent. It's not actually quite clear, to be honest. If you go and watch it for yourself, you'll see what I mean. Now I'm not brushed up on my NPC knowledge, but I do not recognise that red chest on this NPC, so this may well be a brand new NPC, I'm not sure. Moving on, and it shows an agent mounting a minigun, which is nothing new, as I'm sure we all knew this will be coming as part of the raid. And the trailer ends there for the raid, so really nothing to take away from the raid at this point. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more soon. As I've previously covered, there are data mine leaks about mechanics and settings, which you can check out on my channel if you wish. We then have classified assignments, which will also be coming with this Title Update 3. Title Update 4 will bring the 4th specialisation, which has been confirmed as the minigun. Now, sorry, I'm kind of writing this as I go through the trailer, hence why I never spoke about it at the start, and I'm kind of just getting to it now. Now, this has to be, for me, one of the best images I've seen for the Division 2. It's just so cool. Nothing further is actually revealed about the minigun, anything like the skill tree or any of that sort of stuff, but I'm glad we actually have confirmation of this now, because this was something that was speculated about, so yeah, really, really cool. We then get this graphic, which we've seen before, confirming the release seasons for the different episodes. Now, I think it's worth me noting now that anyone who bought the Year 1 Pass, the 7-day early access will apply to these episodes and not the Tidal Basin update, which is a title update. It's not really a DLC. The same with these other title updates. They're not part of this episode. They're just updates. Now, the trailer comes to an end, and there is this image that I want to briefly show you. The agent in the middle, it looks like they're wearing a cape. Now, if you take this image, which appears that all 3 are kind of looking over the Tidal Basin, I'm thinking that these are not agents, but possibly the main bosses we encounter in the Tidal Basin Stronghold. Actually, I'm pretty sure of it, although we do know that Black Tusk vanity items are coming with this update as well, as per yesterday's state of the game. So it could be either or, but I'm pretty sure these are going to be the sort of main 3 bosses that we're going to come against in the Stronghold tomorrow. So as of me writing this script, Ubisoft have actually just released more information on the 3 new gear sets. So let's take a look at this graphic released on Twitter. So the ongoing Directive 2-piece has 20% weapon handling. The 3-piece is 25% burn damage, and the 4-piece is 25% bleed damage. Oh my god, Pred is coming back, people. We need to run. And also, it looks like we're getting a bit of Firecrest in there as well. Cannot believe it. We then have True Patriot. The 2-piece gives 10% damage to elites, the 3-piece gives 10% protection from elites, and the 4-piece 10% total armor. Now, I forgot to mention earlier that the 6-piece is called Full Flag, which says shooting an enemy that has all 3 debuffs will deal 25% damage to other nearby enemies that have had at least one of the debuffs. Now, I cannot think of a single PvE build that is going to compete with this, really, certainly in respect of survivability. With that said, there doesn't appear to be a whole lot of raw damage with this gear set. For example, you're only getting 10% damage to elites, and I assume that you're not going to be able to get more damage to elites like your other sort of brand sets. So you're losing a lot of damage here, but you are getting quite a bit of survivability, so it might actually be quite well balanced. Next, we have Hardwired. The 2-piece is 20% skill health, 3-piece is 20% increased shock, duration, and the 4th piece is 20% skill power. Now, a few things to remember with this update, guys. The update will include new weekly invaded missions, which you can play on any difficulty up to heroic if you dare. Now, the gear skill will be pushed up to level 500, which will be the cap. And before I proceed, there is a slight spoiler alert here for specific things that are coming when you log in, so you have been warned if you don't want to know about that stuff. Now, once you do log in tomorrow, you'll be met with a brief radio call informing you of developments nearby that require your attention. Once you complete this new side mission, you will unlock Tidal Basin. And once you've completed Tidal Basin, Manny Ortega at the base of operations will have intel on surrounding Black Tusk operations in DC. This will unlock the weekly invaded missions, and the new gear sets will drop from Black Tusks in World Tier 5. So there you go, agents. There's quite a lot to take in here, but I'm really looking forward to it. Remember that the full patch notes should be coming out tomorrow, so it will be worth checking those out to see what has or has not made it to this patch. If you missed yesterday's state of the game, then don't worry. My video yesterday covered everything, so go check that out. It's kind of a bite-sized version of yesterday's state of the game. With that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and thank you all for your always support. Until the next one, Epic out.